A corruption-free nation where citizens act with transparency and integrity in all of their dealings. With that, we want to welcome you to the program Integrity Watch. It's a one-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday and Thursday on Truth 96.1 FM and Equas Radio 91.5 FM. It runs from 11 to 12 noon and is relayed on the following stations. Perm FM in Monrovia, 105.5 FM. Radio Bombay in Tottenberg, Bombay County, 98.7. Puma FM, 106.3 FM in Tottenberg, Bombay County. Radio Kagima, 94.5 in Kanta City, Nimba County. Magic FM in Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. Radio Bezo in Buchanan City, Grand Bassa County. Radio Banga in Bong County, and Paraclete Radio in Bong County. Like we said, the program is aired every Wednesday and Thursday on Truth 96.1 FM and Equas Radio 91.5 FM. And repeat is on Truth 96.1 FM on Saturday from 6 to 7 p.m. Integrity Watch serves as the primary radio-based communication information dissemination platform of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is a key advocacy tool that provides essential information around the state of the fight against corruption, national integrity building efforts, as well as promotes the culture of accountability, transparency, and evidence-based decision-making across all sectors of Liberia. Under CENTAL's National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, funded by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, or SIDA, the radio program serves as an advocacy coordination and engagement platform that rallies citizens and other stakeholders' support for the fight against corruption and bad governance in our beloved country, Liberia. As part of this program, that is the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, CENTAL has established the Advocacy and Legal Advice Center, or ALAC. ALAC is an independent platform that enables citizens to freely report and seek redress to corruption and other integrity-related issues within their communities, their places of work, counties, and the country at large. There are a team of professionals, including lawyers, who are at the ALAC program, and they are willing to listen and provide redress to issues that will bring to their attention. So at ALAC, they also provide legal advice. So if you went there and then not understanding certain legal issues and you wanted to have information about that, they provide the legal advice to you free of charge. At ALAC also, we accept people, maybe you are finding it difficult to find, maybe seek information, access information from a particular institution that you want ALAC to help you file your request. They can help you do that. So we encourage our citizens to freely report issues about corruption and integrity-related issues via the following means. Email is alac@cental.org.lr. It's alac@cental.org.lr. We also have our Facebook address. The address is CENTAL ALAC, CENTAL ALAC, all in uppercase. That's all in capital letters. We also have the hotline number that you can call to report issues about corruption. However, because we don't want the number to be confused with the studio number, so we're going to announce that this number later on during the course of this program. The Integrity Watch radio program has rules governing it. So the rules are just simple. The platform remains civil and informative, with zero tolerance for the use of invectives and denigrating comments. So we have zero tolerance for the use of invectives on this platform, and denigrating comments. So today is Wednesday, June 2nd, 2021, and this edition of the Integrated Watch Radio program is playing host to members of CENTAL's Youth Engagement Program or Integrated Club. So the Integrated Club have been established at different universities, and today we have in studio the University of Liberia and the United Methodist University. So we have 4 students in studio today. Jeffrey M.K. Sanon is from the United Methodist University. Jefferson Colley is from the United Methodist University. Bo James Weir is from the University of Liberia, and Lorenta F. Freeman is from the University of Liberia. I begin with you to just welcome you in studio. You are welcome to studio.
I'm going to say thank you very much for the opportunity given me as a student from the United Methodist University.
So let's match the name by the face.
I'm Jefferson K. Colley
from
the United Methodist University, like you said. It's an opportunity to be here this morning.
Okay.
Good morning, fellow Liberians. I'm Bo James Weir from the University of Liberia, member of Iclub/CENTAL.
Okay.
I'm Jeffrey M.K. Sanon from the United Methodist University. I want to say thanks to the management of CENTAL for affording me this opportunity and to the many listening out there.
Okay, and then the lady in our midst.
Good morning. I'm Lorenta F. Freeman, a student for the University of Liberia / Iclub member of Phoebe.
Okay, so she's the vice president of the Integrated Club at the University of Liberia. So the Integrated Club, we've established Integrated Clubs in 4 universities in Monrovia, the University of Liberia, the Stella Maris Polytechnic University, the African Methodist Episcopal University, and the United Methodist University. So these members, the different club members, have been engaging of recent into outreach activities. So they've visited so far, they've reached out to about 1,397 students in 20 schools across Monrovia and its environs. Of the 1,397, 727 are females and 670 are males. So the teams have been, like I said, engaging with students at the high school level. So they've gone to 20 high schools across Monrovia and its environs, and they've been able to engage with over 1,000 students. And the essence of their engagements have been taking integrity and anti-corruption messages to the students. So the university students now, after they've been trained, they were able to go out with outreach activities to reach out to students at the high school level. So the essence is to build integrity with the university students, and then transcend to the high school with the students who are in high schools. So the messages have been going out, and they've come today to share their experiences about the way the process went, what were the lessons learned, and how we can build on what we've started, and what benefit has the process so far brought to them individually. So we're going to get back to them, but before we get started, we go straight over to little things to consider. So today, under little things that matter, we want to talk about few issues, and specifically draw His Excellency's attention to few accountability matters. Your Excellency, good morning, and we want to, on behalf of the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia, say welcome back to the capital, Monrovia, after your visit out of Liberia, and we say welcome to Liberia. And we are hoping that you are in tune to Truth 96.1 FM and other radio stations that may be be listening to other radio stations that are relaying this broadcast. We want to ask and re-emphasize the need for accountability in Liberia. It cannot be overemphasized, the need for accountability, sir. Whether it's accountability for the leadership of our country, whether it's accountability for the management of our country resources, whether it's accounting for investigative reports recommendations, reports, institutions, let's say, committees that you, Your Excellency, set up to investigate issues. Most of those reports have been, those committees have investigated. They've submitted reports to you, but Your Excellency, nothing seems to be happening. Recommendations have been made, but you seem not to be acting on those recommendations. One, the PRT report, brutality against journalists. You set up committee. The committee investigated. They submitted a report to you. Your Excellency, nothing has happened. The death of the EPS officer in Nimba. Why is this important? Because your safety as the leader of our country is attached to this matter. If the individuals who are guarding you can just mysteriously die or shoot themselves, Your Excellency, it calls for attention. The public needs to know on what led to that, so that we know that our president is safe or what's going on, so that we can be aware, Your Excellency. So this is why this matter is important to us. Like the issue about the brutality against journalists. Your Excellency, you took it to be very serious and you set up committee, and the committee investigated, they submitted a report to you, and that committee was held by your one of your advisors, Dr. Larry Brookler, and that committee has submitted a report to you. Sir, we want to know what's happening. The safety of journalists is very important, very paramount to us. We as journalists, we need to know what's happening around regarding that particular report. And there are many other reports that are still outstanding. Recommendations have been made, but nothing has happened, nothing has been said. We still need accountability on those issues, sir. Be it for crimes committed either against the state or against the people of the country. When people commit crime, let them account for the crimes they commit. Let there be accountability, serious accountability, impartial accountability. Let people be accountable for whatever crime they commit against the state or the people of Liberia. Be it for the dispensation of justice. We have seen over the time, Your Excellency, people commit the same crimes and they are treated differently before the law. For the same crimes they commit, based on their affiliations, they are treated differently. Your Excellency, we think that these are not the way to go. Crimes committed, people should be treated equally before the law. No one should be having priority over the other for the same crime they commit. If they commit crime, let them face the law, the full weight of the law. Let everybody face the law equally. Your Excellency, we want to bring these things to your attention. You may not be aware. We cannot assume that you are aware. So that is the reason why we want to bring it to your attention, so that you can take note of those things and see how we can all address this issue. Violation, like we said, of the country's law. When people violate the law, let them face the full weight of the law. Enforcement of audit reports and recommendations. There have been a lot of audit recommendations that have been submitted to you for action. Your Excellency, we expect you to kindly take action. Those recommendations are they're recommending so many things that need to be done, so that we can regain the trust of the government. The people can regain the trust of the government. There are a lot of other reports that have come up, and we ask that you kindly make sure that the recommendations are implemented speedily, sir. We also want to talk about the respect for the rule of law. Let people be accountable for respecting the rule of law and or respecting the act governing integrity institutions that have been established and that are operating in the country. If we want to show our commitment to the fight against corruption, It should begin with upholding the laws that govern those institutions that we've established to fight corruption. We cannot establish them by laws, and then we continuously violate the laws that govern those institutions. We cannot live in violation of the law. We have one case in point, the issue with the General Auditing Commission. Up to now, no report has been released to the public, whether the committee has completed their work, whether the committee has submitted the work to the report to the recommendations to the president, even though the law requires that 6 months prior to the expiration of the tenure of the Auditor General, the committee should have been established by you, Your Excellency, but that didn't happen. You constituted the committee late in violation of the law. Up to this time, we still have not had an Auditor General named by you. You should have named a replacer to the current Auditor General, but that has not happened. We think that we are in violation of the laws, so we must ensure that we live in conformity with the laws that govern these institutions. Let's make the institutions viable. Let's make them vibrant so that they can independently operate. The laws provides that the GACs will receive quarterly remunerations. Their budget should be sent over to them quarterly, but these things are not happening. The essence of this is for the institutions to be independent so that when audit report comes against either the finance minister, he will not hold their remittance because he's not satisfied with certain audit report that came up. So the essence of ensuring that they have their budget, they control their own budget, is for them to be independent, not to be subjected to any form of compromise, to any form of intimidation, to anything that would tend to bring their credibility to book. So we ask that we kindly make these institutions viable. We provide them the necessary fundings. We appreciate Your Excellency for submitting those bills to the National Legislature, and we call on the lawmakers to kindly ensure that these instruments are passed, but we still need to do more. We still need to do more. There are laws that we still think that they still need to be passed, and with the exception of these laws, we must ensure that we fund these institutions and make them more vibrant so that they can operate in a free and a very safe environment. Thank you. Those are the issues we wanted to bring to your attention, Your Excellency. And we want to talk another issue about the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation, NASCOP. NASCOP was established by an act on July 10th, 1975. And it was set up by the government to administer social security program covering 3 areas: employment injury scheme, the national pension scheme, and the welfare scheme. The essence of establishing NASCOP was to provide insurance coverage for workers and their dependents in the event of interruption, either by sickness, death, or whatever circumstance that may come about in their income, so that these people can be able to maintain and sustain themselves. We also want to talk about it, that there are deductions made from salaries and earnings from workers, be it local or international. They pay contributions to NASCOP, and the National Social Security and Welfare Corporation should be the friend of the people in the time of distress. They should be able to provide insurance coverage to the people when they are no longer getting income from work, either by death, whatever interruption that will come within their income. Recent, the situation has been so terrible. There are tons of reports that have come up, and people continue to struggle. They will go through all of the processes leading to the payment period, the payment term. When they get the green letter, thinking that they're supposed to go to get remuneration or whatever the pension benefit they should get, authority at NASCOP tell them that There is no money. The government has not remitted any money into the account. I mean, this is seriously unfair. This is not fair to the poor people who have worked, they contributed, their little earnings, they deducted from those earnings. They paid with the intent and well-documented intent of NASCOP that at the end of their service to nation, they will sit now and receive the reward for what they've invested. To every investment, you should have reward. You cannot invest and you can't have reward from your investment. So that was the essence of NASCOP coming into play. But when people get there after going through all of the processes and they get to the point of thinking that they're going to get their pension benefit and they tell them that there is no money, government has not remitted money into a NASCOP account. I mean, this is seriously unfair. You cannot treat the people like this. Like you were established as friends of the people in the time of distress. But what you're doing now, you are seriously leading them early to their early graves. Because people are getting frustrated, they are seriously getting depressed because of this kind of situation, these kind of reports that are coming up. You've gone through all of the Rickman roles, gone from this other point to this other point. You are past your 100 days, whatever number of days that you're supposed to work for. You've worked for those days. You've gone and acquired all of the documents, received your letter, time for payment. They tell you that no money. And you have to sit down for 3 months, 4 months. There are people who have sat down for 6 months. They have not received remunerations and for their pension benefit. This is wrong. We can't allow this to happen. Our people have suffered, they served our nation. People who are supposed to receive pension benefits, some of them served as soldiers, some of them served in the security sector, some of them served the health sector, some of them served the education sector, some of them served different capacities for the upliftment of our country. And then at the end of their service, we cannot treat them like they have not done anything for the country. They've served their nation. They serve diligently, most of them. In fact, all of them, in fact. The fact that they have reached to this point, at the end of their labor, they're supposed to reap the benefit of what they have labored for. But it cannot be the other way around, that they will go after to see whether they can get their benefit and they cannot get their benefit. This is wrong. Authority at NASCOP, please, 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 tell the people when you're going to pay them. Please do something about this. Our people are dying because of this kind of situation that they are going through. They have worked and they cannot get their pay. Let's make sure that we do the right thing for the people, for the well-being of our people. We hear people talk every time politicians talk. They say, I'm talking for my people. It's time for you to talk for your people. The people are suffering. They are going through the hell of it. Talk for them. Let them be able to get their money, their pension money. What little money that is coming, give it to them. I mean, that's their entitlement. Let them receive it, please. This is why we want to sustain this advocacy so that we see the right thing happening at NASCOP. We're going to take it further. We will invite people from NASCOP, make attempt to invite people from NASCOP on this platform so that they can come and talk about what they are doing to account for the people money that they've deducted from them. Thank you very much. We just want to flip through some of the things that we've done over the period. We've had, meaning the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. We've had open expenditure forums in the different counties, in 7 counties. For the matter of fact, the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program, excuse me, is being implemented in 7 counties. Is implemented in Bong, Nimba, Bassa, Riverside, Bomi, Bapolu, and Montserrat counties. So these are the counties we're implementing this project in. And our Integrity Club, like we said initially, they've engaged with different communities, different schools, about 20 schools, and they've had engagement with over 1,000 students. And of those students, we have a good number of them were female and male students as well. We have revitalized the National Integrity Forum. So the National Integrity Forum comprised of different integrity institutions, be it government institutions, and civil society organizations. Excuse me. They come together and they talk about integrity issue. They share experiences on lessons learned or how they can improve in the fight against corruption and build integrity in Liberia. So that forum has been established and is currently they are having regular meetings, and I think it's been very rewarding. Recently, our last edition, we had the chair of the National Elections Commission appearing on this platform. She's a member of the National Integrity Forum, and there are other members of the National Integrity Forum that will be appearing on this platform so that they can be able to talk about how the National Integrity Forum has helped. Is going to help in the fight against corruption, and how they are putting so far the experience sharing and all of those things. Currently, we have our jingle integrity and anti-corruption jingle being aired on 16 different radio stations across Liberia. That is in Montserrat County and across the 7 project counties. So we have 16 radio stations already carrying our jingles. So like we said, we have come today to talk about one of our activities under the National Integrity Building Anti-Corruption Program, which is the Integrity Club. So the Integrity Club was established in 4 universities, and these university students were trained, and they are going through mentorship to see how we can be able to coach and mentor them into becoming people of integrity. And they have been able to go to the different high schools to take the message to the high schools and create awareness about integrity. So we'll get straight to. We'll take a break. As soon as we come back, we go straight over to our discussion. And yes, let's take a break. Okay. So welcome back. We have in studio our guests are in studio. So we will, lady before gentlemen, but we begin with from the top of the table, and then we'll come to. So I begin with from my far left, and then we'll come and end with. So let's begin with you. Tell us how has the process been so far with you?
Yeah, thank you very much. The name remains Jefferson K. Collins. From the United Methodist University, as a chapter within the Iclub, we have 7 schools that we were targeting.
Yeah.
Out of the 7, we have completed 5 within Montserrat.
Okay.
Out of the 5, we wrote them letter, and they accepted our request, and we met them. Out of the 5, we have 2 government schools. The 2 government schools, one is Mavi Soni, along with D12, which is in Douala. All of the Douala, then we have 3 private schools. All of the 3 private schools, we have St. Mary, that is in Douala, St. Mary, and we have Tibet. Tibet is around Clarotown Bell.
Okay,
So
Tibet.
Tibet
Yeah.
around Clarotown Bell. So we have left with 2 in bombing. So we are expecting to be in bombing very soon.
Okay.
And the welcoming reception was very, very good, and they embraced us. Many of the instructors, along with the staff, they were very encouraging, and we hope to be in bombing very soon.
Yeah, let's come to you. How do you see the process, the engagement with the students, going to the different communities to get, create awareness? How has the process been so far with you?
Once again, Bo James we are from the University of Liberia, Integrity Club / CENTAL.
Okay.
We had 7 schools to be dealt with, and which of course we completed 5.
Okay.
And the first school was around the Fender Bell, St. Anthony Catholic School, and then the other one was the Christian Foundation School and the Kingsley High School. We dealt with them, and then one of the problem that we faced from the St. Anthony School, those kids are very, very eloquent.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come to that. Okay.
So, and then Recently, we visited Bentor,
All right.
where we dealt with two schools there. The Frank Edward School, a public school,
Okay.
and then we talk about the First Century School too in Bentor.
Okay.
So far, we completed, and then we're looking hopeful to see if we reach Bomi or Tottenham Bread for the remaining two schools.
Okay. Okay. Let's hear your experience so far. How has it been with you? The process of engaging with the schools and the students.
Okay, I want to say once again thank you. The name is Jeffrey M.K. Sano from the United Methodist University, serving as the president for the Integrity Club at the institution. So far, we are asked to engage with 7 schools in Montreal and out of Bomi. Currently, we have completed 5 schools in Montreal, to be precise, around the Bushro Island.
Okay.
So those schools that we visited are the Madisoni from Cloudtown, which is a public school. We visited D12, one of the biggest schools around the Bushro Island.
Okay.
We also visited TB Academy on Burma Bridge. We met St. Mary, Douala, and we visited AGM High School in Cloudtown. Okay. So far, the outreach or the students' engagement was unique, and we're hopeful to complete the remaining 2 schools in Bomi County.
Okay. Let's hear our lady.
So I'm Lorinda F. Female from UL. So we were able to target 5 different schools
Okay.
doing our awareness, and we were able to present our topic, that is our main aim,
Okay.
corruption, the way in which we can fight corruption. And we're able to target these schools, which is number 1 school, the St. Anthony Catholic School, which is at Fennerbill, Mr. The second was Confident School System, which is at Copper Farm, Mr. The third was Kingsley Lincoln Academy, which is KLA, Copper Farm, the same bill. And the awareness was so much encouraging, because when we got at St. Anthony, this school was already, the students were already prepared and doing with their principals, they hand them over to us. Questioning and things really impressed me, and the student or the children already have ideas concerning corruption, as our presenter said that everywhere corruption is practiced, so they already have ideas, so we're able to move on smoothly.
Let's look at engaging with the students. Each of you shared your personal experience. How did you feel having those engagement with the students, and the reception that you had with them? How was it? How did you feel, having those kind of engagements, taking the message about corruption, the fight against corruption, and how we can build integrity from university, from high school? How was the reception like? Let's begin with you, your reception. How was the reception, your own experience about the process?
Yeah, this is quite interesting. Like, to be honest, among the 5 schools we visited, T-Bear was very encouraging.
Okay.
They were very, very educative.
Okay.
They were willing, and they are willing to learn. The discussion was very educative, where they were able to ask a question. And all some of the questions they were asking, I began to wonder, and I even asked the administrator, one of the administrators by then. He told me, we have our students here, and they have been hearing the name corruption, but they don't know the effect of this corruption. So at the end of the day, we're able to bring the disco to them, and some of them were being excited. Like some of the female, that's why the female in number. One of the female publicly said that she has been confronted with this cooking of where she's been given money to cook. At the end of the day, when they gave her the money, she will extract certain portion of the money. Okay. And knowing that she is doing corruption. So on the basis of our lecture, we were able to discuss to her that this is wrong. You are not, out of 7 person food you are cooking, you are already deducting about 2 person full money from that particular money. You use it to go and do what's your pay.
So she didn't know that she was engaged into corruption. So when you went there with a message, she realized
that what she was
doing was corruption as well.
Yes, corruption.
Oh, okay.
So on the basis of that, the young and they, like I said, they are eager to learn. They are very eager. I must give the administration of TB the plot for our group, honestly.
your personal experience, how did it make you feel engaging with students, telling them about corruption, how we can build integrity from our, from the schools and taking it to our communities? How did it make you feel during the process of engaging students?
Yeah, at first I was impressed
Okay.
when we visited the St. Anthony Catholic High School. The principal told that he was able to give us more 40 students
All right.
to deal with the topic, which is corruption. But to our amazement, the other students left also were complaining.
Okay.
Why we
They wanted to join.
Yeah, they wanted to join. Why is that we left them out and bring a certain amount of students?
Okay.
So we encourage them to come. But firstly, for me, I make them to know, I have to say that they know corruption first.
All right.
So I asked for the view on corruption, and many of them were able to respond.
So they have prior knowledge
Yes.
about what corruption is and how how to identify
Sure,
what
sure,
corrupt act is. Okay.
Sure. And so in some of those students, they even brought about marriage under corruption.
Okay.
So their principal said that, no, we are not here for that now. Let's deal with what we're doing. And some asked that, comparing that, for an example, comparing misappropriation in a personal form instead of the administrative form. That is embezzlement. Whether if I misappropriate something within my own interest, it is corruption, or
So your own money, you were intended for something else, but you misapplied. Is that what they were asking?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So
So the clarity was
provided to them, so forth.
Let's get your experience. How did it make you feel?
Yeah, let me say thank you once again. I feel good for me decentralizing the process of integrity from the university to high school.
Yeah.
So it was somehow amazing that I enjoyed the interaction with students. But there are a lot of things that went on that really make us to enjoy the conversation. One was the questions and the eagerness of the students being hearing about corruption to learn what this whole corruption is about.
Okay.
But we found somehow little difficulties in delay in response from administration. We also got a constraint in the timing. Like for the St. Mary Catholic School in Douala, the team of students affairs, when we asked us to give us like a period of 45 minutes, she deliberately told us that no, she would give us 10 minutes. So in short, time wasn't given us. After we started the outreach or the engagement with the students, it was somewhat admirable to them that yes, indeed, they were adding more time instead of us leaving. Okay. So instead, the student told us that today the administrator didn't give you much time, but we want you guys to come back so that we ourselves will appeal. So it means
that the enthusiasm is amongst the students.
Among the students. Okay. Yeah, because there are some art we preachers about talking about teachers taking money from students when it comes to the grading aspect. So we are somehow excited to hear such things. Because they don't want things like that to happen such a time anymore. So for that area, we are so clear to them.
Let's hear you, Larita. How did it make you feel, going out, engaging students after maybe you've graduated from high school, seeing yourself back in the walls of high school, engaging your peers and telling them about how to build integrity? How did it make you feel?
Well, it made me so happy to talk to young people, especially at that age. We have a good atmosphere during the students' exercise. Because at that age, they be aware of corruption. At that age, I never had ideas concerning corruption. Yes, so see them expressing their feelings, it really gave me the impression to always wanting to serve by their side, help them to see how best we all can put hands together to fight corruption.
So, across the table, engaging, whether high school, whether college, whether university, whatever audience you engage, you always have lessons learned. You always learn something from the people you engage with.
Yes.
You may go with all of the ideas, but from the interaction, there will be something that you learn. Individually, what did you learn? How did it impact you? Let's begin with Loretta.
So, seeing their interaction with us, and seeing the way they were waiting to listen to us gave me the spirit to always be waiting and wanting me, you know, encouraging me to always want to go there because they encourage us that
Okay.
they shouldn't be alone. You know, this
You
time,
should always be
yes,
with them. You should always come frequently so that you can have those kind of engagements.
yeah, they told us that this time it shouldn't be this one alone, this trip alone. But we encourage us to always come so that we all can be able to see how best we can put hands together to fight corruption as young people. So this very impressive because seeing them at that level, and we know that in times to come they will be extended both to colleges, in offices, and at that level when they try to live by practicing corruption and seeing how best they can keep their integrity, it will be something beneficial in times to come.
So let's hear you. How did you know the process? You know, just tell us about your own feeling.
The outreach was educative and was a learning process for everyone that took part in the presentation for my team. That is from the United Methodist University. For me personally, what I learned there is when we are talking about integrity, you should come in with equity. That is, you should practice what you are telling the people. So through the message you gave the people, have made me to learn about equity. That is, always I should go with clean hands. And also, I learned about public speaking on critical issues through the engagement, because sitting at the university every day without engaging with young ones, it is an educated process for me. For me, living at the university, coming down back to where I came from before, it was not an easy task, but yes, indeed, I learned a lot from them.
What did you learn from the engagement with the students? How did it impact you?
Yeah, as for me, I learned about diversion of thinking or critical thinking because some of the response, like I said earlier, from the schools or students, it helped me to build rational decision in my thinking so as to respond to them. Despite we've been through tough time doing the awareness, but yet still, it has impacted me a lot.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, to be honest, that's why I always tell people every step is another opportunity to learn new things, and which I must give the credit to CENTAL. Through this academic day school, 1 month day school, I learned that corruption is not just only to take something that is not for you, but where you are sitting doing things at the right time when no one is seeing you, only your conscience. That is one of the key things I learned from the day school among our young peers, that is our little brothers and sisters.
Okay.
So that alone have gave me the courage to work more, to see how best we can be able to tackle this corruption, because it is a systemic issue. So at the end of the day, the young ones they don't know whether they are fighting. They don't know whether corruption is in their midst.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, from this disco, somebody got to realize that, oh, I think we have to be honest. Whenever we put our pen here, when it's not belong to us, whatever it belong to Paul, we should be able to give it to Paul.
Okay, you listening to the program Integrity Watch, the 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is excuse me, every Wednesday and Thursday on Truth 96.1 FM and Equas Radio 91.5 FM. Today we are placing spotlight on our Integrity Club program and the activities of our Integrity Club, and they've been engaging into schools outreach activities into various schools, and they've come to share their experience, the lesson learned, and what recommendations and how it impacted them, and then they will put forth recommendations at a certain point of this program. So the program is sponsored by the government and people of Sweden through the Swedish International Development Cooperation Agency, or SIDA. So we now announce the number so that you can call to participate on the program. The number to call, we have the loan number to call today on this program is 07701 75162. 07701 75162. That is the number to call to participate on the program. Again, the number to call to be part of this program is 07701 75162. 07701 75162. That's the number to call to participate on the program. And we have our first caller on the line. Good morning, caller. Your name and where are you calling from?
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
My name is
You said your name is Othello? Okay, honorable, let's hear you.
Yeah, let me say many thanks and appreciation to my colleagues who especially to Jefferson because
Okay.
whom I know so much. I got a confidence in trusting that young man.
Okay.
One person when we were in high school, in regular school, against corruption, and yes, I know they will come to support corrupt acts.
Okay.
So let me say appreciation to the colleagues and corporate institute. I want to urge them to do more and more, especially to you guys, to also do this. Not only those schools they need, but they should expand it to even the primary school because there where corruption starts right in the house. If your sister is teaching her, she feel like she is not involved with you. She teach you a kind of way. It is corruption right there. Everywhere in the church, in the mosque, everywhere corruption. You know, we can get rid of corruption. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Othello. Thank you very much. We have another caller on the line. Good morning, caller. Your name and where are you calling from? Okay, good morning, caller. Good morning. Yeah, your name and where are you calling from? Please lower the volume of the radio.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
I'm okay now.
Yes, you are clear. Let's hear you.
I'm calling from Tottenham, from the county.
Okay, Annie, let's hear you.
Yeah, first of all, I would like to say thank you for the popular discussion
Okay.
of today. Really, the topic that is ongoing, it is very interesting. Because this war corruption, most of us don't know it.
Okay.
Like, for example, if I'm supposed to receive the amount of food money, the 500 or 600, and then I see the community when market are there, right? I pay my list pay. So when my boyfriend get that money, last 500, last 600,
You take a 3 ball.
then I look in that 500, I say, let me pay myself, I took on 150.
Yeah.
So when I want to go, I buy a few, I start to go on my neck, I invest something, I took on the dollar.
The market high.
We go in the market, when you ask for it, you will get full.
I know.
So when I was just going on here, I mean, I don't want to bring the corruption, but I really do.
Okay.
So the corruption bill are coming up. I would really like to see the people like doing it, like carrying it home.
Okay.
They will be coming in for me, I pray that all the people to listen to really that day, to go and listen to them to where they will be that day.
Okay, Annie Kamara. Thank you so much for your call and your participation on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so Annie and others, they are saying they don't know about all of these things, and then sometimes we look over to public service to only be the place where corruption exists. So the essence of the integrity, the National Integrity Building and Anti-Corruption Program is to change the mindset, to change the mentality that corruption only exists in public service. The number to call to participate on the program is 077-01-75162. That's the number to call to be a part of the program. And if you are following us on Facebook, on Integrity TV, you can leave your comment, and then we will take your comment and your suggestion. We have another caller on the line. Let's go to the line and speak with this caller. We love the caller. Okay, if you are following us on Integrity TV, like we said, you can leave your comment, and we will pick up your comment and read it out or your suggestions. We have another caller on this line. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Please lower the volume of your radio, and you call us your name and where are you calling from, sir?
Hello.
Hello, good morning. Your name and where are you calling from?
Jimmy J. I'm calling from South East.
Okay, Jimmy.
Yeah, so really hard you would make the correction not pertaining to high school business, but like respect the country we live in. Things are getting complicated, and most people child
Jimmy, I'm sorry I didn't cut you off, but you went off. But I wanted to get clarity of your question. Did you say how we can get engaged? How we can get engaged? You can get engaged through our different. We have community outreach activities that are going on, with the exception of the Integrity Club. Under our Advocacy and Legal Advice Center, we engage with different communities. So we will now call the number for ALAC, our ALAC program. So the number to call our ALAC is 4432. That's the number to call the ALAC to be able to report corruption and integrity related issues. I will emphasize on this. This number that I'm calling, the short code number that I'm calling, that either GSM, if you're using Orange SIM card, you can call the number, or you're using Lone Star, you can call the number. It's free. So it's 4432. You can call the number and report corruption and integrity related issues. Or you don't understand portions of the law that you need clarity on, you can call and seek legal advice. You will get legal advice. But it is not intended for you to just call and just abuse the number. The number is only for you to call to report issues about corruption and integrity related matters. But don't call the number and just start, maybe you want to insult the people who are taking the call from the next end. That is wrong. The number we're calling here, that's not for you to call and just cause the people there. The number that for you to call and talk about the bad thing, corruption issue, maybe people stealing your money, or you don't understand certain thing about the law, and you want people to tell you, they say, oh, the other thing here, you don't understand it, but that's how the law say. The law say the way, law say the way. They can tell you it so that you can understand it. If you want that one to happen, then you can call the number where I'm calling that 4432. So you put 4432 and you call. Let's take this as our last caller, and let's hear you quickly. And we take this as our last caller. Your name and where are you calling from, caller?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Calling from Asma Street.
Okay, let's hear you, sir.
First, I must appreciate my comrade with young people and intelligent and competent people at Institute. Thank you also for accepting them.
Okay.
So I listened to that plan very well, and I hope and pray to support them in their dream as we continue making our country better.
Okay, so thank you. Thanks for your participation. Okay, so that's our last caller. We now go to our studio guests so that we can take their parting comments and let them give your recommendations for the success of this program, for the success of this activity. What would be your recommendation if you were asked to make at least 2 recommendations? Let's hear you. Let's begin from my far left. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity given me. I personally want the Center for Transparency and Accountability not to limit us as a student, from the student community, not to limit us only to students.
Okay.
Because corruption itself, like the caller said, corruption by itself is embedded in every sector.
Okay.
So on the basis of that, I want for this awareness to go across. That is from marketplaces, community
so
engagement.
Go out of that, go out of the schools and go to the marketplaces. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, once again, both James we are from the State Run University.
Your recommendation
is to CENTAL to increase the whistleblower to so as to just provide the rightful decision instead of making announcement towards corruption viral.
Okay, the passage of Whistleblower Act, that law has been sent to the National Legislature already. Okay, thank you. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you to our studio guests. For me, my recommendations would be that we should not only be limited to the 5 schools that were given to us across Montserrat, but yes, indeed, like one of the callers said, it should go to other schools that didn't benefit from the first outreach. Okay. So as such, we should increase
the number of schools to get to other schools that didn't benefit. Thank you very much. Let's hear you, Loretta.
I'm Lorenza.
Okay.
I want to suggest to CENTAL that there should be more awareness programs. After every 2 months, informing young people about integrity building. Okay. Second, I want them to also help us to be part of integrity Iclub building in Liberia in around its surrounding.
All right. Thank you so much. That's members of those who are members of our Integrated Club. They've been on our platform today. You've been listening to the program Integrated Watch, the 1-hour radio program brought to you by the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. It is aired every Wednesday and Thursday on Truth 96.1 FM and ECOWAS Radio 91.5 FM. My name is Sam Zota. I'm the Media and Communications Officer at the Center for Transparency and Accountability in Liberia. My colleague Mark Bondao has been making sure our visibility goes beyond the studio. He has been controlling our integrated TV camera. Join us next week, Wednesday, for another edition of the program. Better still, Saturday is a repeat. Join us then. Goodbye.